because the show is about retirement, one of your very famous colleagues, a dear friend of yours, Mr. Bruce Willis, recently announced his retirement. I'm curious what your thoughts are about his film career and his legacy.
I think that he's fantastic. He was, always for years and years, he's a huge, huge star. And I think that he's will always be remembered as a great, great star and a kind man and all of that stuff, And I understand that under his circumstances, health-wise, that he had to retire. But in general, we never really retire. I mean, action heroes, they reload.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, there was some very kind words regarding Bruce Willis, having to step away from movies, retire. If you're not aware, it's a really sad situation. We actually covered it on this channel before. I want to say 6-8 months ago, somewhere in that time frame, maybe a little longer. The word came out that Bruce Willis had this form of dementia, aphasia, I believe is the correct pronunciation of it. And it just sounds so grim and just terrible. I mean, dementia, period, is just a horrible thing. Losing your mind. Our mind is that's who we are. Imagine just, I'm sure we've seen it, or maybe a lot of people out there have loved ones where you saw they just are lost. They don't know where they are, who they are, or they don't know if it's 20 years ago or just what's going on. And with this aphasia, when they say eventually you end up losing the ability to communicate with people and things like that. It's just really sad. And taking all that in, the way Schwarzenegger said that, I thought that was pretty kind, right? Action stars, never retire, they reload. I like that. As we know, Bruce Willis, a lot of great movies under this guy's belt. More recently, he had kind of, I guess you could say, went to start doing B movies, which is nothing. It happens to the best of them. A lot of, people who did huge budget box office movies and stuff like that kind of go, they used to call it straight to DVD movies or whatever, straight to streaming now, I guess would be the more, better description of it or whatever. But I tell you, even with a lot of those B movies, I still watch them. There's still a lot of great ones out there. I watch them all the time. Find a lot of hidden gems like that. But Bruce Willis, as far as being an action star, man, Die Hard, still one of the best movies ever. And one of the sequels, I feel like all the sequels were pretty good. You remember the one with Samuel L. Jackson? That was a good one. And then that one that came out, 06, 07, somewhere around there, Live Free or Die Hard. I think that's what that one was called. I thought that one was pretty phenomenal as well. But, it's always the kind of side conversation. You guys ever heard this whole debate, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? What do you think? There's all these, I had to do some movies on that when Christmas time rolls back around. There's with a lot of these holiday movies, or Christmas is somewhere within the movie. It's is that really a Christmas movie? People even say that about Home Alone. Can you believe that? I feel like that's definitely a Christmas movie. But let me know what you think about Die Hard and all that. But getting back to Bruce Willis, a few months after, he's in his 60s, this guy is old, and it's horrible that had to happen to him. But at least, he made it in this far in life, although I don't know if that's how it always goes with dementia and stuff like that. If it always happens to someone when they're older, it's terrible, period. But, at least he's had a pretty lengthy life under his belt, but it's still terrible nonetheless. But we saw him celebrate a birthday with Demi Moore and his family and everything like that. And I'm looking at him in the video and saying, well, you know what? He looks like he's doing pretty well. Well, now I don't know if you saw this news came out. This guy, do you know Randall Emmett? 50 Cent was beefing with this guy. This was the guy that when he was telling 50 wanted some money back from him, and he was saying, I'm sorry, 50. Yeah, he misspelled it. 50 Cent was like, I'm gonna make shirts of this 50 stuff and expose your bitch ass. And this Randall Emmett guy just seems like an all-around prick every time he's mentioned. 50 roasted his ex chick left him, la la. And he certainly sounds like quite the dickhead in this story here regarding Bruce Willis. This was back in 2021, so apparently Bruce had been going through this kind of stuff. You know, it was aware, people were aware of it prior to, you know, when it came out. It didn't just start happening then. I guess they were filming this movie Midnight in the Switchgrass, and in a scene, the person who did props, a female, said they were in a diner, they were doing a scene or whatever, and Bruce Willis, you know, was sitting there at a table, and when they would have to do a new scene, she would come over and pour more coffee into his cup, you know, to reset the take. And she said that Bruce covered up his cup and was like, "No, I'm good. I don't need any more coffee." And you know, it was like, did I order more coffee? Like, he flat out just didn't know what was going on and thought that he was really in a diner. And it's just so crazy to think that this was happening right in the middle of making a movie, you know. And the lady said she wishes she would have did more, said something or spoke to his family to try to get him some help. I guess at this point in time, no one on the crew really knew. And the Randall Emmett guy, I guess, you know, did a few movies with Bruce Willis, and, you know, had this production company. And she said that this guy would flip out and get all mad because Bruce Willis literally is losing his mind and don't know where he is, and, you know, was flipping out. Can you believe that? Like, what a jerk. Obviously, you know, unless, like, if you didn't know this is happening to someone, you got to figure, hey, something's off about this guy. Like, this doesn't seem right. Are you okay? Instead, he just started flipping out, man. Like, I swear, every time this Randall Emmett dude name comes in the news, it's just for some real dickheadish type behavior. But I don't know. I hope and pray Bruce Willis, you know, does better. I don't know, when it comes to this kind of stuff. Unfortunately, from my understanding, people typically don't get better. They just kind of continue to get worse. Like, I don't know. There just doesn't seem to be that much medical advancements in these type of illnesses and everything, you know. But you know, we can just see that this had been going down for a couple years. So very sad news, man. But as Arnold Schwarzenegger put it there, you know, as an action star, Bruce Willis will never retire. He'll never die. He'll just reload. All the characters that he's played, you know, will live on forever in the world of movies.